Hi class, welcome to another tutorial on CS384. This time we will be beginning the part 2 of dealing with lists. So in part 2 you will see various kind of list operations that can make our task of adding, removing and inserting at specific position in the list very easy. So again we start with the definition of os.system, which is clear. So clear the screen. And the same example I'm extending now. So I'm initially printing all the three lists. Okay. And so now I have a new number list, right? So initially I had a number list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I am overwriting that number list with these particular numbers, right? So basically this gets lost. Now what happens if you, how to do, for example, if you want to add some objects to the list. Objects I'm saying because it can be int, float, character, anything. So we have a number list here, right? You have this as a number list, and then you have to use the append operation. So what will append do? Basically in this list, you will add 99 in the end. Okay, let us write here exit and then try to print the output. So you can see the original list. Let me just print the original list first. So see, original list was here, and then when you appended 99, it appended towards the end of the list. You can do multiple append operations also. Let me write 111. So you see, first 99 was added to the end of the list, and then followed by 111. Now you will ask me what is this print, and then I'm doing f. So these are called as f strings. Remember the format method that we used in Python? We have seen in previous videos. So from Python 3.6, they are supporting even a newer method known as fstring. So what does fstring do? So for example, you remember this curly braces that we used to have in format method? We used to keep this empty and then write dot format and then map respectively. Fstrings make the task easier. You just write f in the start. We have this single quotes, and within the braces you directly write the value of the variable you want. Right? So this is how the append object works. Append will always insert at the end. Okay. Then we have an operation called list count. So for example, in this particular list, we have element 1, which is repeated here, right? We have two values for element 1. Two times it appears. So it will give the count. So I'm giving count of 1 means how many times the element 1 appears in the list. Let us just check. So it says 2 times. Let us check how many times element 555 appears. So 555 appears 1 time in the list. This is 1. Now let us write a number which does not exist, 457. So it should come out 0. So this is how you can check whether a number is present in the list or absent in the list. Okay, let us go back. Now it will, for example, if you want to know whether a particular number is present at which index. Okay, so for that you have to use the index element. So see what happens, I am saying key at what index the number 1 is present. Okay, now if you see, interestingly, number 1 is present twice in the list. Let us see the output. 1 is present at position 0 and 1 is also the third last element. So remember that index will always give you the first position where it appears. Even if the list is all ones, it will just give the first position, right? So first position is 0 and that's it. Now what happens, for example, if you want to insert, see, append will always insert at the last position. If you want to insert something at a specific position, so let's say this is the syntax for it. First specify the index followed by the object. So I am saying at position 0, please insert minus 999. So initially the position 0 was having 1. Now it will have minus 999 and this all will basically move forward. Just check the output. So you see the entire array remained as it is, the entire list, sorry, 152, everything remained the same, but you inserted at a specific position, right? You can specify any index here. So let's say you say this index 5. So it goes on 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the fifth index where 999 is inserted. So there is an interesting operation called pop. I think everybody knows what are stacks. So when you do a stack pop, automatically the topmost elements gets removed. So this was my original list and I'm writing the list name dot pop. This is a function if you see, or a method that we say in Python. So what happens here? The pop will basically remove the last element. So 111C is removed and we are back to 999. Right? You can do the pop operation multiple number of times. So this time 3 elements will be removed. So you can see 199 and 111 have been removed. These are the list of popped elements. Clearing the screen again. So this time I am using the remove operations. Okay. So in the remove operations, you can specify which element that you wish to remove from the list. Okay.